Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here. As it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. These guys also fell in their opener a week ago, so we got a couple of teams here desperately trying to avoid that 0-2 start. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Daniels looking to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. You look at this Cowboy defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what soaked them last week resolves itself this time around.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Prescott off play action. He'll swing this out to Blue. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
4-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Play action now. Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's Prescott. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's a quick throw out to Mims. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and
Daniels going to try to sneak. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
a gain of a yard.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They go play action. Daniels looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hampton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And he stopped immediately there. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expecting to make a run and not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now Daniels going to keep it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Commanders first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Past the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
4 yards. That's good for a Washington.
Mims in motion left.
A gain of 26.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And the Commanders first down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12.
4 yards on the pickup.
Now Daniels.
2nd and 6.
Throw left side complete. That's Hampton. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And the Commanders first down.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he's across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches, 107 yards and the touchdown.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37.
It's a gain of 11. And the Cowboys first down.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 28-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Now Blue trying the right side, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Cowboys had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Now and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
So only even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Washington ready to try again on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Commander's down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 45-yard line.
They work inside here. Hampton. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And a Washington first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendencies. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
2 yards to go, second down.
Brings up second and 2 at the 40-yard line.
To throw is Daniels. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Washington first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Zone read and give to Hampton. And a short gain down to about the 33.
He's taken down at the
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
brings up second and 9.
Here's Daniels. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Intended for
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's good for a Washington first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Second and 8 coming from the 19.
Brings up second and 8 at the 19-yard line.
To the air goes Daniels. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin.
A gain of 10 yards. And a Commanders first down.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Omari and Hampton. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And Washington has taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They begin with a carry for Blue. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 47 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. Give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Now a shotgun handoff. Well, he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Prescott. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw is Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.D. Lamb, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with 40 seconds to go, that's, you'd think, time enough to try to mount a drive should they decide to do so. Daniels looking to throw. That's complete to his running back, Hampton. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his receiver, Lane. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
The 46-yard line.
Prescott to throw it. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
The tackle made back at his 48-yard line.
So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hansen.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Week 1 was full of surprises, full of intrigue, and a lot of firsts for the young players. What will Week 2 bring? Let's dive in. Our journey through the NFL starts now. In Tampa, the Buccaneers at home to take on Indianapolis. And how about a big play from the Colts defense? They force the errant throw, it's picked off, and they've got room, they've got blockers, and no one's gonna get him. Touchdown. From there, let's move on to another compelling early season matchup. And it's the Vikings quarterback. He's going to find his man, and he did plenty of that. One of 5 touchdown passes on the afternoon. The Vikings get their first win of the year, and they had to earn it, too. They get the road victory. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, we expected a tight one, and we got it, all even at the break, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
On first down, it's Blue. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Prescott now. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Pretty good location there on that throw.
It really was, wasn't it? That was likely one where the receiver was either going to catch it or no one. Really good decision. And, boy, what a catch and move right there.
And a tough spot to get it over the middle. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Cameron Bynum on the coverage.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30.
That's another Cowboys first down.
They go with Blue between the tackles. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through it, dropping for an 8-yard loss.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now it is Jake Bates to try the field goal. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Bates' kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play.
And the Washington first down.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Hampton. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
That's good for a Washington first down.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And they run the option on second down. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
That's another.
And they try the option on first and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Commanders have retaken a third quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Moody good with the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
17.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. On this one, it may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
At the 42-yard line.
Now Prescott. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And the Cowboys first down.
Handoff, Blue running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He'll swing this out to Blue. So no gain on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Leads to 3rd and 11.
He'll look to throw. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Out of the gun, they run with Blue. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Leads to
on 2nd and goal. Prescott. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
43-yard line.
He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
That's good for a Commanders first down. A gain of 14. First down, Washington.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Mims in motion right. Now Daniels. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line.
14 yards. That's another Washington first down. A gain of 14. First down, Washington.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brought down back at the 36-yard line.
Here's Daniels. They'll check this one down to Hampton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And this turns into a nice game with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Washington Commanders, first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's fourth and goal.
Well, you know me pretty well now. You know what I want to do after that completed pass. Fourth down, down by 3. What do I want to do here?
You want to go for it. You might be tempted. I think they need to kick it.
Yeah, someone might have to overrule me. Get the kicker out there, tie this game up.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Taking it right down Broadway. He may go. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jadon Blue, his first touchdown here in the new campaign. And the Cowboys strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They go play action. Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Throwing now is Daniels. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38.
To throw is Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Washington, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
And tough sliding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29.
A gain of 7.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They will run for it with Hampton. And he's not going to get the 1st. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage. Charles, he elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer 3rd, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They go again with Blue. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down, and that should be that.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Cowboys 1st down. and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for Dallas, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning.